Welcome to La Coruña. La Coruña, on the coast of Galicia, industrial and fishing town, vibrant, not least thanks to the huge Inditex company based here in La Coruña. Galicia, who is like the rest of the north of Spain, having wonderful weather, temperate weather, there where the rest of Spain is boiling. And you saw the light from the Torres de Hercules, one of the oldest lights on the European coast. So today we're on this second day of the International 4-Star Show of La Coruña. We're going to watch the Longines Grand Prix. It's a 1.50 m class. And here in Casas Novas, it's the 39th edition. They have summer and winter edition. As you can see, the weather is beautiful, mild, 23 degrees with a light breeze and cloudy skies. Javier Tenor, our course builder, which we're very familiar with, and who has a very delicate touch into his course building, never overfacing the horses and always producing great result. So we'll just go through the course. We're starting on a vertical, then we have 26 meters to an Oxer, turning left to a double, early double on the class, a double Oxer vertical, turning right-handed, going near the VIP area there, jumping an Oxer with a related distance 23 meters, 5 strides to number 5, a vertical. Right-handed again. There we have the Oxer, 25.5 meters, 6 strides to the combination vertical, Oxer vertical. Left-handed to a dogleg, just passing by, down to an Oxer again, straightforward striding, 27.5 meters, 6 strides forward, and then turning back to a vertical over a water jump, 20 meters down to a vertical Oxer of 1.50 m by 1.50 m, 22 meters to the last Oxer, and the finishing up, going towards the in gate. So when we're taking up the class, we already have 10 clear rounds. The clear rounds came fast and furious in the beginning of the class and looked like maybe Javier had been a little bit easy, but actually he's going to end up with probably around 10-15 clear rounds. So first here that we're following is for Spain. For Spain we have the Fernandez Saro Manuel, and he's riding Vodka Star. Vodka Star, a 10-year-old gelding who has had some form recently in 3-star Grand Prix, was third in the Grand Prix in Carmona in Spain. A new winter venue, which where some of the riders have been preparing their horses for the season. He was also 6th in the Grand Prix in Norton Hardenberg. So we'll discover this class here. So we have 1 to 2, 6 strides, easy, straightforward. Down to this double, as I say, comes a little bit early. Horse is a bit surprised and just didn't quite work it out and put it down behind. Fernando, a very popular, a very experienced rider on the circuit, did ride Chaco Blue for a while in his illustrious career, and rode it for Paul Schockmüller, where he rode a number of horses for Paul. He's now back based here in Ireland with the family, in Spain, sorry, and the family decided to retire. As I say, there's 10 clears, so we're in the final 10 horses of this class, and tomorrow is the big Grand Prix, and Fanfa decided to retire and keep the horse fresh for tomorrow, where the big money is. La Coruña and Casas Novas is a very popular venue for South American riders as well as European riders, and there's a great participation of both Mexican and Brazilian riders here in Casas Novas. And first of those is Victoria Aguirre, and she's riding Catwalk 22. Catwalk 22, previously ridden by Laura Kraut, was second in the Grand Prix in Windsor last year. Jumped a very nice double clear here yesterday on the warm-up class. So Victoria benefiting from the help and the training of Mandolo Zanatelli, which we will see a little bit later. Similar to yesterday, this horse jumped extremely well. Catwalk is a 12-year-old gelding by Katoki. It's a very light plank. The surface here, where horses do jump extremely well on this surface, but it's a very white sand, so it's a little light white plank has been on the ground quite numerous times. Horses finding it sometimes a little difficult to focus on it. And a very nice round, and lucky there with a 4-fall, she's got a little deep to that plank, but a nice round. So still just the 10 clear rounds. And next in the ring is, again for Spain, this time it's Alberto Marquez. Alberto, one of the very good rider, a number of very, very good riders that they do have in Spain. Just was probably one of the riders that has a much lower profile than what he deserves, according to his skills as a rider. In this class today, he's riding Aldo du Manoir. Aldo du Manoir is just a 9-year-old by Apèche Pierreville. He's a French horse. Alberto has ridden for numerous different owners, and very effective rider, stylish, effective rider. When one has as much talent as what Alberto has, one sometimes given slightly more difficult horses to ride, which one of the reasons probably that he's not as often in the limelight as what his riding rightly would have him to be. Look at there, just the last fence down. Again, it's a credit, and it's the signature of Javier to build those tracks which don't put any horses under any stress, because it's never hugely big. This is a 1.50 class, but also he often makes it quite delicate, so that a little moment of non-concentration or a change in pace can create a fault. So next for Canada, this is Elizabeth Bates. She's riding Chrono 31. Now, of course, the ones that watched the Summer Grand Prix here last year at the 4-star summer show in La Coruña, you'll remember that this pair had the biggest performance of their career, finishing fourth, and a brilliant fourth in the Grand Prix. Bruno was a 10-year-old, was just a 9-year-old last year when he did that. It's a 10-year-old by Casal. Drift there, drift to the right on the approach to vertical, and keep it together for that line. Horse with huge ability, and finishing just on the 8. As always in La Coruña, it's a very, very full house. Never a space in the grandstand, and a very enthusiastic local crowd. At the show, like at many of the shows in Spain, especially in the north of Spain, the crowd gets this extra bit of enthusiasm because there's also betting on the class, and creates its special enthusiasm and energy amongst the public. Now, next in the ring for the UK, we have Jessica Mendoza, and she's riding the 12-year-old grey Cobra, son of Copper, I should say, called Dublin. Beginning of last year, was written by Ken Farrington. Jessica has been campaigning some of the Spanish shows, and also competing at the circuit in Morocco at the end of last year. And this vertical really catching them out, very delicate, after stretching the horses and coming back and on the turn, jumping towards the public, just a very difficult fence to focus on. So coming home with 2 down, Jessica. So we're still just on the 10 clears, which is very well measured from the point of view of Javier. 35 starters in the class. This is the main class of the second day of La Coruña show tomorrow. The big Grand Prix the Caixabank Grand Prix tomorrow, 1 meter 60 class. So next in the ring for Chile, this is a new combination, exciting combination. This horse until very recently competed very successfully for Belgium by Carol Cox, and now in the saddle from Chilean rider Jorge Mate, and this Dublin Van Overis, 11-year-old stallion by Darko. Jorge being helped here at the show by Sergio Moya. Jumped very well in the opening class yesterday, on the warm-up class yesterday. Horse with a lot of scope. Jumping on the GCT circuit with Carl Cox when I start GCT circuit, so this would be a relatively easy task for the horse, but this is a new combination, and Jorge making a good job of this. Beautifully ridden there at the distance. Coming home clear, and then clear for a while. And there he is, joining the other 10 horses, and we now have 11 going through to the jump off. With a great attitude. So next in the ring is Table Green, Eric van der Vleuten. Eric is riding Joost again. Joost again, owned by Marta Ortega. Marta is present here together with Mr. Ortega. Joost again, a horse that we've seen a lot of during last winter, and then started to see him progressing and making a great partnership with Eric during the Sunshine Tour in Montemedio, where they stayed for the 6 weeks and were consistently good. Very active horse. Extraordinary use of his hind-quarters, especially on the Oxer. He is busy, and can get a little hot, especially in indoor arenas. Found it a bit more difficult to cope, but extremely careful, loads of ability, and fast. So hopefully he will be in the jump off, which should assure us a very exciting jump off, because Ortega, who was the owner of Casas Novas, will be very keen, as Eric will be, to have one on the board. And clear they go, beautiful clear, and a very promising start for the jump off. So 12 clears now, and we've 3 more horses to go, or two more horses to go. So just a perfect number to make it for a very, very exciting jump off. The horse is an extraordinary use of his hind. Michael, of course, in Aachen this week. This show coincides with Aachen and Ascona, which are the two 5-star shows of the week. So next in the ring for Spain, we have Mariano Martinez, and he's riding Quicksilver, a 13-year-old gelding by Quickstar. Again, a rider that, being so many shows in Spain, this rider without having to go too often outside Spain is able to pick up quite a number of international wins at 2- and 3-star level, including he also won in Portugal, in Vilamora, won the Grand Prix there. Just maybe a little bit too unruly for the tracks of Javier. One needs horses that are able to stretch out and then come back and get back on their hocks. Otherwise, they tend to get too flat for the way that Javier is built, because he keeps getting riders to stretch their horses and then ask them for a vertical where the horses need to get right back into balance. So just got flat there and finishing with 4 faults. So Quicksilver, which is obviously a very fast horse, might be the scopiest horse in the world, but a very fast horse. So Mariano goes out with 4 faults, and last in the ring is for Mexico. And for Mexico we have Federico Fernandez. He's riding Pegaso. Pegaso is an 11-year-old stallion by Cassini. This one was previously written by Clarissa Crotta, and Federico has campaigned this horse. Federico, who's on his way now to Dinar in Dublin, and probably finishing his tour here with Gijon. And this horse was 4th here on the first day in the warm-up class. Federico, evergreen and very popular rider. Very enthusiastic, just horse wandered a little bit. Quite a few horses tend to get a little surprised to get a double early on in the track there, and one was the second one we see that was exactly the same for Vodka Star and Manuel Fernandez. And with 12 already clear and fence down, Federico decides to keep the horse fresh for tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 1.60 m Grand Prix. So while he's going out, we're getting ready now for the jump off. 12 in the jump off, and obviously the jump off is over a shortened course, and we'll just go through the course in a minute when we get the graphics. So we go 1-2, then turning to 3B, taking away the first part of the dub, which we saw give a little bit of trouble. Then turning right to 4. Then we go to 7AB. So 5 and 6 are left out, and we go 5. That's it. 7AB, back to 8. Then 11, tight turn to 11, and finishing on a big gallop down to 13. So this gives the opportunity for both sharp turns and then a big gallop to the finish. We've got a very international field here with Brazilian, Belgium, Chile, Spain, France, Italy and Holland and the Czech Republic all participating here. Spain, of course, having the biggest hand here. So first to go for Brazil, it's Pedro Mullard. And he's going with the Footloose. Very stylish rider, Pedro. And the distance there is fairly committing, not much time to be won there. Passing the duty fence. Hanging around to Lexus Oxer. Here, a long line to this, the 2-second parts of the double. Great. And now he was good, left that up. Idris Cal vertical. And now big long gallop. Just a little bit careful and finishing on the Caixabank Oxer. Good time. Unlikely to be fast enough, but a very good time all the same. It's a relatively new combination and a very promising one there. Some really speed merchants there still to come. First of those is for Belgium, Céline Schoonboot de Azevedo, and she's riding the much talked about and very, very promising. Well, she's realized her promises, Chipeta. Chipeta just there is just after being second in the Grand Prix in Paris, and Céline extremely competitive, and this mare is very, very fast. Very quick there in that line. Last one out. Here it is. Not much one can do except just keeping the pace. Here one can turn sharp and gallop down, take a chance to this, the 2-second part of the double, especially delicate with vertical in, jumping beautifully. We're adjusting a little bit of change here. They put a pole on the top as opposed to the little plank, so give it a little bit more of a chance. It's a little bit wide there. Now down to the last. It's down to the end gate, so people are just a little careful. All the same, 1 second faster. Still unlikely to be the winner, I would say, but a very good round and will be high in the money with that. So just lying first at the moment. Céline probably knowing that tomorrow there's a bigger class and more money, and didn't want to overdo it today, leaving something left in the tank for tomorrow, and especially trying to keep the horse from getting flat by going too fast today. But in the lead now is Celine, and next in the ring is for Chile, the new combination, Dublin Lanoveres. This would be the biggest assignment of this pair so far. Trying to beat 45.48. Let's try it there. They're not going wild is okay. Horse reacted a little bit to his hand there before the fence and didn't quite make the width. Quite steady now, just assuring to have a neat round after this. Just coming in with a longish time. So finishing up with 4 falls and 54. So first one, he's lying in third at the moment. So still Celine in the lead. So next in the ring is for Spain, the first of the Spanish riders. This is a rider that we saw recently winning the Grand Prix in Santander, and he is going with Atlantic Z, a 12-year-old Air Jordan horse, and it's Kevin Gonzalez. Big long horses is very different conditions than Santander, but he's given it a go. It would be difficult to keep this horse from getting a little bit flat. He's a big long horse. Fortunately, just didn't rebalance himself after being chased down to the double. And making sure to be fast 4 falls, which he is. So finishing up with 4 falls on 44.57. Faster than Celine, so the time can be beaten. Still a few speech merchants there in the back, especially with Sergio Alvarez and Camanetta still to go. Still plenty of speed to be seen. So next is for France. For France is Pierre-Alain Mortier. He's riding Uruguay Courcelles, riding the 11-year-old by L'Ame de Fétan. L'Ame de Fétan, who was a very promising horse himself a few years ago. So trying to beat 45.48 and clear for France. He's turning very short there to the Oxer, but pays the penalty. That was very, very tight. Ended up coming on very much of an angle. And so that's close to the in gate, which can sometimes affect concentration of the horses. Just slowed down a little bit after the fence down, so he's coming in on 48.15, which puts him just behind Kevin Fernandez. So probably unlikely that more people are going to try and make that shortcut. As you can see, the Oxer there is just beside the in gate, which tends to get horses to drift a little bit as well, but difficult angle on which to jump that Oxer. So next in the ring will be on paper, the favorite for Spain for this class. It's Sergio Alvarez Moya, and he's riding MHS Attraction, Irish bred. MHS by numero uno, out of a Diamant de Semilly mare. Jumped impressively in the first round. And with Moneta still to come, one can be sure that Sergio is going to give all what's possible. So he's trying to beat Celine on 45.48. Very fast there. Assuring is extremely fast to go into the double with a vertical coming in. Unfortunately, jumped in too far in and got too deep on the second one. And paid the penalty there on the vertical as well, so. Unfortunately, the horse showed a huge amount of ability and a lot of speed as well, but just got a little caught there. And of course, an amazing time of 43.63, but unfortunately 2 fences down, so it puts him right down back. But for sure, a horse that Sergio will do plenty of good things with. Sergio, who previously rode Ariane to great success, and so a horse that's a little keen doesn't affect. On the contrary, they drive with Sergio. So next now in the ring is for Holland, locally owned Joost again with Eric van der Vleuten. Eric would be very keen to get this one on the board, but at the same time probably the horse is going to jump tomorrow as well in the big class, so mightn't just let everything loose, but be interesting to see. Very fast horse, which is spectacular at any rate, but usually when things go fast he even jumps better. So very sound. Beautiful jump over there. Just to show it a little bit, this tricky vertical. Makes it. Holding tight. Great. Probably just a little close, but it might be just a little bit slower. And assuring the last fence as well, so just standing up 1 second behind Celine in second place at the moment, which is a very good result. Again, there's Jost again, who jumps a lot of clear rounds. It's in the money a lot. His biggest win to date is still with the previous owner, with the previous rider, Pim Mulders, but is rarely out of the money with Eric and just thriving. So next is another one for Spain. It's a very popular Jesus Torres Garcia. Jesus, of course, from Andalusia. He's the brother of the late Tino Torres, who was the manager of Casas Novas for many years and a very popular rider. So this would be a wonderful result if Jesus could win. One of the older horses in the class. This was very competitive. Similar to Alberto Marquez, a very, very effective rider. He chose professional. He's up there. I think he's faster than Celine there. Losing no time. Very quick. Turning very quick there. And again. And he's up, and taking every chance to the last fence and gets rewarded for it by taking half a second there. And a very popular, extremely popular new leader in this class is Jesus Garcia, and he's riding the 17-year-old Orphée de Brèche. Top hole breeding as well. This by Concord out of an Almay mare. Fantastic result. And very, very popular. Well deserved. Now we have another one for Spain. This is Armando Trapote. Armando Trapote, of course, the husband of Teresa Blasquez, the owners of the Montemedio circuit. Armando, who rides a number of horses, always a little bit similar types, likes horses that are very reactive, with a lot of blood. Previously rode Jet Run, now ridden by Sergio Alvarez Moya, and here he's going with Tinkerbell. Very fast, unfortunately. Front pole down there. Horses that tend to get a little bit flat, and very difficult to cope with that yellow vertical. So unfortunately, coming home as well on 8 faults is Armando Trapote, and he's coming on 8:47.92. Which is slower than Sergio, so it puts him behind. Next in the ring is, for the Netherlands, is Vincent Voorn. Vincent is riding the 10-year-old Explosion, a big gelding by Applause out of a numero uno mare. Vincent's been riding this horse for a while. Vincent, who of course is the mentor of Ogier de Moussac, who you're going to see in a minute. Ooh. It's early fence down. And Vincent decided to retire. Just got a little bit unruly there when brought to a different pace, so again Vincent decides to regroup for tomorrow. Now next in the ring is the one on paper that would be the favorite. This is the Camonetta, and he's riding the 9-year-old Amethyst de Coty, beautifully bred Diamant Semi out of a Kidam de Revel mare. This one bred by Nadine Bertrand Balanda. Very unorthodox in his ride. Rides the horse without any nose band or martingale. Rides with a typical very short rein, very fluent. Very fluent rider. Beautiful and fast. It's very close to the time. This horse is light foot, and now flying. I think Jesus is in danger. And yes, faster by 1 second. Quite incredible that it was possible to take another second of the time of Jesus, which was extremely fast. Like extremely popular rider, gets a lot of time for has a lot of time for the public. Spends a lot of time with his horses too. Actually, Amethyst is a horse. There's plenty of things that the Camonetta does that not so many other people do, including the horses. He's not shot. He's just going barefoot, so to say. So in the lead, and a very difficult task to try and beat this time. Don't think he left much there, but to try and take it on is for the Czech Republic is Emma Ogier de Moussac for the Czech Republic, and she's riding GCS Chakodilla, Dorado out of a Chaco Blue. Yeah. Great jump over that. Emma, who's very competitive by nature. Let's give it a go. Very unfortunate. Little confusion there on the approach to the vertical, and unfortunately, the horse decided to stop and caused the fall of Emma, which means elimination. Mare is very quiet there and just standing quietly. Thanks God, the bridle slipped off when she fell. So unfortunately, That's an elimination for Ahmed Boussac. So we have a result. So the winner is Luca Moneta, second Celine Schwanbrod, third Eric van der Vleuten and Joost again. Fourth is Pedro Junqueira Moulart. Fifth is Atlantic and Santander winner Kevin Gonzalez. Jesus Torres, which was in the lead until Moneta took over, seemed to have lost the class and or his placing in the stewards with the stewards. I think that decision is being appealed. But anyway, let's enjoy again the flowing style and the natural style of Moneta and the great mare Amethyst. Moneta, who's having a fantastic show here in La Coruña, with already a win there, and big smile, and a very deserved win, and his groom sharing in the joy. So we have the presentation now with top 5 riders, and Mrs. Ortega, who's going to be presenting Amethyst, a little bit unruly, so it takes the prize on foot, and there's Mrs. Ortega and Luca Monetti taking the prize. So fantastic win for Italy, for Luca Moneta and Amethyst. So till the next class tomorrow on Sunday for the Caixabank Grand Prix. See you then.